Ah, this is a good one. JBM, Jean-Baptiste Mullon. Famous French international. Extremely exciting London system. Which is characterized by the bishop on f4 and those three pawns in the center, c3, d4, and e3. And my opponent knows what he's doing with queen c7. Yeah, I don't know if this is great. I just thought of this idea one day. What if I go dc5 and queen a4 in this position? And then I thought I'll give it a try in a serious game at some point. But apparently that serious game is going to be this particular game against my French opponent, which was not planned, but that's okay. Nobody watches these things anyway, right? Okay, e4. Probably bishop e5 could be a move. Bishop c2 then maybe. I want to push e5. Yeah, it's taking a lot of time to think here. Problem with d4, logical move is I take, then knight e4, queen e4, and there's a double attack on h7 and also on b7. And he could only protect one, so I'm going to take the other. Bishop c6, queen b4. So I'm winning a pawn at the expense of my pawn structure, but I feel like the 3-1 majority on the queen side is going to be a huge factor, even though I've got a pretty ugly double pawn on f3 and f2. So I could go bishop e4, but I think that just helps him when he goes rook a8. So I think I'll just protect the pawn instead. Maybe b5 was an option, but a3 feels safer. Yeah, knight e5. It's obviously a pretty good move. It's a lot more annoying than I thought. Would like to play bishop e2, but then rook a8, and I don't know what to do. So I'll go king e2 instead. Not thrilled about giving up the bishop for the knight, but I think that's the only way not to allow him any immediate play. Rook b8. The idea is clearly to go a5, but it feels a bit slow. I'll go rook c1. I think now, yeah, and bishop e4 is also interesting. Bishop e4. You know what? I'll go bishop e4. Seems all right. Regardless of what I was doing, the idea is always to meet a b4 with a4. And I have lost a pawn, but I've gained an extremely strong pass pawn. So now I go a4. Maybe fc8 was an option there instead of taking on b4. Because now after a4, I think I have a more or less winning position. I'm just pushing that pass pawn. I don't think there's a lot you can do about it. Yeah, now the pawn is just running. All the way. Being blockaded now, but my bishop is better than his knight, and also I have a very dangerous pass pawn, so this should be plain sailing. Rook c6, rook b6, collecting b4, Then the other pawn starts running. F4 just to prevent E5. King E3 now. Knight B5 is fighting well. Yeah, rook B4 may actually not be a good move, so I'm going to give a check instead. Rook C8. Knight D6. I was expecting Knight C7. Okay, Rook D8. We push B4. And we went on time. That's why I was kind of relaxing at the end, because I knew I was winning that game on time anyway. Okay, it was an interesting fight, but it felt like after I won that pawn, although he fought well, I felt like I was always quite a bit better.